This is a Geek Leader podcast, and I'm your host, John Rauda. This show is all about helping us grow as leaders, become better technologists, and improve our lives both at work and at home. I hope you enjoy the show and learn a lot. Hello, world, and welcome to episode 253 of the Geek Leader podcast. I'm your host, John Rauda. Today's sponsor is A2 Hosting. I've been using A2 Hosting solid-state hosting solutions for our website at geekleader.com for many years now, and absolutely love their support, their service, and all the features that you get. You get access to cPanel. You get all of the things that you can imagine for a great WordPress experience, including their A2 optimized WordPress, which does extra security checks, extra lockdown. You can lock down your editor file so you can't edit anything inside there. You get alerts whenever there are file changes that are done. You can also do automatic updates, backups, and more with A2 Hosting. So highly recommend it. Go to geekleader.com/A2 to get more information and to sign up for their solid-state, turbocharged speed hosting today. Again, that's at geekleader.com/A2. All right, Geek Leaders. Today, I am honored to have Stephen Dossou on the show, and he has an incredible background story that we're going to hear about today, but he is a leader when it comes to transforming people and becoming, helping people become better leaders. He's the founder of Self-Worth Catalyst, which we'll be talking about, as well as Leadership University, and the author of a book called Psychology and Habits of Great Leaders, and a book called Be Transformed, which we're going to talk about both those today, but I'm really interested in the psychology part. But we'll get to that in due time. Stephen, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, John. I'm excited to be here today.
If you don't mind, just tell the audience a little bit about how you got to where you are today and give us a little bit of that awesome background story that you have, just to get some context for our conversation.
Thank you so much, John. Well, before I dive in my story, John, I first want to congratulate and express not only my deepest thanks to you, but also my greatest salute to you for being the person that you are and doing what you do. When you shared your story with me earlier on as to the reason why you started this podcast is just very inspiring. Friedrich Nietzsche says that a man that knows his why can endure anyhow. And the person that you are simply tells me that you know your why, and every single day that you spend on this earth, including this podcast that you have thrown yourself at, is just part of the how to bring that why to life. So I just want to say thank you very much for being who you are and what you're doing.
I appreciate that.
Well, back to me now, ladies and gentlemen, and John. My name is Stephen Dossou, and I'm originally from Togo, Togo-West Africa. Today, I'm a speaker and coach. I work with companies and people around the concept of transformational leadership and transformation in terms of mindset, attitude, and motivation. Some people call me a motivational coach too, and I can wear that hat proudly. I'm the author of 4 books, actually, and two of them I usually give them away for free, and some of them that you see on Amazon that are on different websites for sale. And I've spoken in more than 15 countries and traveled in more than 50 countries. And I can proudly say that my audience size that I've spoken to in total, it's more than 70 to 100,000 people, and it's on growing. I've got two TEDx talks coming up, one in London and one in Netherlands coming up soon. So basically, I am not only a student of life, but I call myself the advocate of people living free of fear, self-doubt, and low self-esteem, people discovering their own sense of leadership. Now, I say this right now, but the truth is it's been a journey, right? I didn't just get here overnight. Earlier when I said that I'm from Togo, T-O-G, a little small country in West Africa, north to the south is about 600 kilometers, and east to the west, 180 kilometers. As of today, there's about 7.9 million people there. And the basic salary there, John, is today up to $50. That means people are living there on less than $1.5 a day. Oh yeah, wow. Right. and I mean, it's $50 now, but when I was living there until the age of 18, it was even less than $50. Okay, so I finished my high school at the age of 15. I was the first in the country, but couldn't get any scholarship. And I was just about to complete my degree in economics at the age of 18. Then when I did a projection as to where the future of my country will be 10, 20 years from then, on paper, it didn't look like anything that I really wanted to be in. for whatever reason, my aspirations, the way I conducted myself around people, I was always that person that would take this position of leadership, whether they asked me or not. I remember even as young as I was in high school, I mean, I would be the person that would write speeches and instigate others to take a stand against, if there was any malpractice from the leadership of the school, right? So when I looked at myself, the things that I aspired to be, 10, 20 years from then, it just didn't match with where my country would be. So I was like, you know what? Which environment, can I throw myself in? Because you know what, John, we can talk about how great a seed is, but throw that seed in the worst of environment and the seed will not grow. For a seed to grow, for you to release your true potential, you've got to throw yourself in the right environment. That's what they say, find yourself the right people, because those people will create that environment in which you grow in. So I decided to throw myself in an environment that can give me those opportunities. I tried America, wouldn't work. I tried Europe, no visa. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to relocate to the nearest African country that could give me those opportunities. By then, I was doing my own hustle on the side. I love computers. So I was selling all tech stuff, accessories of this and that. And the money I would have saved to buy a flight from my country to my destination, South Africa, it would have taken me about 5 to 6 years. Spoke to my parents. They had faith in me, which I commend them. I salute them for that till today. They borrowed some money, we put it together, but still it wasn't enough. So I was like, you know what, Mom? Here's what's going to happen. If I have to walk half of the way, go one country to the other and find my way or fly sometimes, do whatever I have to do to go from one side of the continent to the next so that I can change my destiny, so that I can change my life, so that I can create better circumstances for myself and in the process, help my family. Well, John, that journey took me about 18 months from the one side of the continent to the next. And during those 18 months, my family thought I was dead. Now, I don't know any kind of job that anybody can talk about right now that I have never done, okay? I'm the guy that has slept on the street. I am the guy that was homeless at some point. I am the guy that has lived off dust bins with just a purpose for me to make it. My first breakthrough was in sales. I was at the street corner hawking, I was a street hawking stand. I'll go there every single day. I mean, I'll go that street hawking stand, but John, I would wake up from a shack that was worth $20 of a rent per month, but I couldn't even afford that. I'll wake up from that shack and go to the street corner and just be, selling my stuff, apples, whatever, whatever I could put my hands on, whatever anybody was willing for me to sell so that I could earn my commission. And I'll be there enthusiastic like never before, doing, hi, ma'am, how are you? Hi, sir, how are you? Come closer. Let me tell you why you have to buy this apple right now. Hi, sir, how are you? If you can give me a minute of your time, I'm going to tell you why this biscuit will make your day and your girlfriend's day. So upon doing that, a gentleman saw me say, hey, listen, I love your energy. How about you come through the following morning to this company? I've got a job for you. All right. Okay, cool. Okay. All right. I went to see my friend Pastor. Hey, listen, man, I just got this opportunity. Now, like, what can you do for me? He's like, he went to his drawer. He pulled out a brand new shirt, brand new trousers, and I wore them the following day as if they were mine. When I got to the interview, I wasn't even interviewed. Boom. They said, I got the job. All right. What was the job, John? The job was that I have to sell vacuum cleaners. But now, by then I was about 19, 20, John, but I had never seen a vacuum cleaner in my life. Okay. and I had to sell that stuff. So I got given a sales script and I went home to study the sales script and I came back the following day. And from that day, I worked for 3 years non-stop, 7 days a week, 12 to 15 hours every day, making sales. And what I love about effort, when I love about consistency, what I love about you being a person that know what you want, you taking yourself in a position of leader, you holding and behaving, even in the absence of nobody, with the leadership spirit, your effort always pays off. And from that, I got offered an opportunity by a competing company to go and lead over a sales force of 60 people. I kept the consistency. 6 months after that, I became a regional manager, accounting for over $50 million of sales yearly. and leading over 150 people. 6 months from there, I became a national sales manager, now leading more than 300 people. And on peak season, we're talking about 600 people. Peak season, I mean, November, December, January, because the sales recruitment tripled by then. Now, I went from a two-bedroom house in Togo-West Africa, where I slept with my 9 siblings, shared one bed. We slept on the floor. Know what it is to battle space with cockroaches and mice. I went from there to leading a massive sales force in South Africa. And after that, I decided to go and start my own company, which unfortunately for me didn't work. The first year, we were making good money, but it just crashed after. And I was back to zero. When my company crashed, capital, houses, everything that I had worked for by then, it went with it. So at that point, when I was at that far away, I asked myself a question: what it is that I'm truly gifted at? What it is that I can do every single day with eyes closed, not being tired, without the loss of enthusiasm? What it is that if I could be thrown on planet Mars right now with nobody living on that, what it is that I would love to do every single day? And you know what? I have the passion to motivate others. I have the passion to speak and coach people to discover themselves and be motivated like never before. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to dive into this. And I left South Africa to Asia. Asia started in Singapore, all through Southeast Asia. And I started, narrowing down my niche and working around mindset and leadership. And I mean, along the journey, I've worked with a couple of awesome people. The Leadership University, I've co-founded with Arturo Kamazi, who's the world #1 thought leader. And through that, a lot of collaborations have happened. And I mean, right now, I travel the world and share my story. I mean, now we don't really travel much, but it happens on a camera right now and on a podcast like how I am with you, with John. So basically, that is my story.
Awesome. So, you've had to overcome a lot and be very resilient, through, your childhood and where you lived, and moving to another country. People don't even know if you're alive or dead. Starting a business, being successful, then having that fail, and then coming back, and all that speaks to me about resilience. How important is resilience, and how can someone kind of get resilience if maybe they didn't have, the hardships that you had to endure?
John, I kind of agree with you more when you talk about resilience, and I mean, I'm writing a new book, and in that book, yesterday, in the chapter that I wrote, I was talking about how important it is for people, and I mean human beings, us, how important it is for us to find that strength in us that can enable us to be resilient. Why do we need to be resilient? Because look, there's nobody, and I mean literally nobody on earth right now that can tell me that they have not gone through tough times, be it in their relationship, be it in their family, be it among their friends, be it in their jobs. Everybody go through a rough time. And for others, it can be short. For others, it takes years for them to come out of it. Right. Now, what enables you to wake up and try it one more time, even though you have gone through all those tough times, is the resilience. I love the quote that says that it is those that persevere through difficulties and pain that find themselves with success. So being resilient is extremely important in us